Before we get into the next video, let's review what the plasma membrane is like. If you remember, we can describe it using the fluid mosaic model. And I like this animation because it shows how this is fluid. Remember that inside and outside the cell we have water-based fluids. We have a phospholipid bilayer made out of phospholipids that have a polar head and hydrophobic or nonpolar tails. The head is hydrophilic or water-loving. The inside doesn't like water, so they assemble themselves in a way that the inside of the cell membrane, this red portion, is hydrophobic, no water can be there, yet on outsides there can be. This model now is showing the mosaic part, and also a little bit of the fluid. You can see how things are floating around in the plasma membrane. We call it a mosaic because it's made out of many different things included alongside these phospholipids. Now that we have that, let's talk about transport. Today we're going to look at diffusion and facilitated diffusion. If you remember, before we mentioned that the plasma membrane is semi-permeable, meaning that only certain stuff can get through. Because of this, we set up a concentration gradient. A concentration gradient, we're talking about something going from high to low concentration, and as you can see in this picture here, for example, the basketballs are on the left side of the net. There's no basketballs on the right side, so the concentration is high over here, low over here. That causes a gradient. In this picture, we have high concentration of the molecules here, low here. We have a concentration gradient. It goes from high to low. Just quick check, which one of these is more concentrated? You have the same amount of space, that box, however you have more dots on the right side. So hopefully you said that the right side is more concentrated. On their own, now thinking back about molecules, stuff likes to go down its gradient, and what this means, it goes from high to low naturally. I always remember the little rhyme, high to low is where it goes. So in passive transport, what we're studying today, things are going to go down their gradient from high concentration to low. Think about it this way. If you bake some cookies, that smell is going to be very highly concentrated in the kitchen, especially by the oven. In the other rooms of your house, it is very low concentration. So, things like to go from high to low. That smell is going to spread out from your kitchen throughout your house and diffuse, and so eventually your whole house has the cookie smell. Today we're going to look at passive transport. It's movement that doesn't take energy and things like to go down their gradient. There is also an opposite where we try to shove things against their gradient, so we want to put them from low to high, and that takes some energy. That's going to be in a couple videos from now. Today we're focusing on 1 and 3, diffusion and facilitated diffusion. The way to think about passive transport again is that things are going down their gradient from high to low, happens naturally so no energy is required. It's like sledding downhill. Easy, high top of the hill, down to the bottom, doesn't take energy, happens on its own. The opposite, so I'm going to go back a slide here, remember, is active transport, which would be like trying to sled uphill. It would take energy, you're going from low concentration to high, it would be very difficult. Passive transport, very easy, high to low, no energy. Two types we're going to look at today, so by the picture for diffusion. Please write the definition. It's a movement of molecules from high concentration to low. You can see in the picture that somebody's dropping red food coloring in with water, and over time it goes from high concentration and spreads out, low concentration spreads out evenly throughout the water. Small molecules, now thinking back to cell membranes, like to go through the plasma membrane this way, very easily from high to low. We have problems though if we have a molecule that's too big or something that doesn't dissolve in water, because remember outside and inside your cells are water-based. So by the picture for facilitated diffusion, define it. It's movement of molecules from high to low concentration. Sounds just like diffusion, but here's what makes it different. We get help from a protein channel. Look at the picture below. We have different proteins here. The squares are highly concentrated outside of the cell, not very concentrated inside, so they want to get in the cell. However, there's a problem. They can't for whatever reason, whether it's they're too big or they're hydrophobic, so they use this protein channel as a little tunnel to get themselves in. Quick recap. Three kinds of passive transport: diffusion and facilitated diffusion are essentially the same thing, just facilitated gets help. It's a facilitated thing. We'll look at osmosis later. All three are passive because they're going to go down the gradient from high to low. It's like sledding downhill. It doesn't require energy. It likes to happen on its own. Please refer to your note packet for what's coming up next, and if you have any questions, let me know.